Mutalisks. I'm not quite sure what upgrade Jaedong is at. He might have upgraded either carapace or weapons for his Mutalisks. No upgrades so far. And Zerglings, from what I see, no upgrades. I haven't seen any evolution chambers, meanwhile, for him. Those Mutalisks still flying around, trying to catch these spare soldiers off guard and doing a pretty good job of that. Although he did lose a couple of Mutalisks in that engagement. There has also quite a few Zerglings on the ground. Zergling eggs there. Lurker eggs, actually. So Jaedong is actually thinking of a Lurker attack, possibly from behind. Very interesting how he's been keeping firebathero's focus on the front this entire game. Firebathero now knows of that location up there at the 10 o'clock, and he's possibly pushing into the location from what I can see. Jaedong has Lurkers and Zerglings and Mutalisks, meanwhile, trying to catch him in the back, forcing firebathero right into that location. So we're going to see whether firebathero manages to at least take out that one hatchery before he gets taken down, using that firebathero trying to do some damage. But Jaedong apparently catch him completely off guard. No, he's definitely not going to be able to take out Lurkers, Mutalisks, as well as Zergling moving in and completely keeping this out. Just one firebat there, finally get taken down. No scans going off, so Lurker doing a pretty good job. I think firebathero finally knows of that lower left location. Might be thinking of doing something about that. Hive take meanwhile up for Jaedong. I'm going to see whether it goes for Queens or not. Whether they're going to go straight to Hive and just go for standard defilers. Draw Starport with control tower meanwhile now up for firebathero. Also has Factory with a machine shop, so he's going to have tanks out pretty soon, as well as slowly working towards Science Facility. Now Lurker coming in here from the back and attack those SCV is going to prevent some mining from firebathero. So Jaedong overall doing very good economic damage, harassing firebathero's economy pretty well. Firebathero, I think at this point is 6 to 8 racks. I haven't seen overall number there, but he's definitely ahead in upgrades. That's one thing he has over Jaedong at this point. Tanks now out, going to prevent that one Lurker there. And wow, he's been forced to put up two bunkers at the front of his natural, so he's also being forced to play very defensively. Just now, Science Facility coming out for him soon, and he's going to need another expansion in the next several minutes. Not maybe right away, but soon enough, so he can counter this. More hatcheries being put down. Meanwhile, for Jaedong is definitely going to get some production going. Has some Scourge going ready for those. Another engagement here. Medic Marines engaging a bunch of Lurkers, Zerglings, and Mutalisks, but this time firebathero takes the engagement. There are some Lurkers that are still alive, but they're going to be forced to move back because those Medic Marines did manage to engage pretty well. Some of those Medic Marines damaged. One Overlord going to be taken advantage of there. Poor guy got raped. Raped in the air from bullets on the ground, and as you know, bullets are shaped like what? Yes, indeed. Defiler Man now out for Jaedong. I don't see any Queens. Maybe I'm just hoping for Queens, but not going to get them. Now Jaedong catching firebathero's forces there in transition. All Lurkers from both sides as well. Zerg is just going to keep those Medic Marines in the location. What do you need Queens for when you have Zerg to do with the Queens out for you? Drop shipping while coming up for firebathero. Definitely going to try to drop here, do some sort of damage. Nothing but a sunken colony, some Scourge, and I think some Zerging there. But apparently no. Okay, putting down some Marines there behind the middle line. Definitely going to prevent some mining there. He has some medics alongside, I believe, as well, so he's definitely going to be able to stim. Not a lot of... only 3 Marines as well as 1 medic. That's going to do a lot. Those Zerglings and well as those Lurkers going to be able to prevent this completely. But meanwhile, also putting in some medics to go in for the main. They're going to be able to get some drone kills right away. So this is going to force Jaedong to build some drones instead of some ground forces, some military. So that's something there for him. We're going to see whether he managed to pick up these Marines. Some of these Marines get picked up. Oh, one Scourge goes off, but no, the dropship manages to pick up, I think, 1 or 2 Marines and stay alive. Look, I don't even know if firebathero spotted the lower left, because if he had spotted it, he would have taken it out by this point, I believe. I mean, definitely, it's going to take some troop movement, and firebathero definitely does not want to be caught in the back foot here. But again, now Jaedong moving in with Lurkers and a bunch of Zerglings. I don't see Defilers as of yet. He's going to need Defilers, especially with the Science Vessel. There's Lurkers not being forced to move back. There are a decent amount of tanks there as well, so he's definitely going to need some Defilers going there for those groups. So pretty much M&M has turned into Biomech now, has evolved into Biomech. He has those Science Vessels, and I believe Firebaiter is going to need a lot more Science Vessels than this. He has those tanks going in pretty good location. He's going to try to set up a positioning. Now Defiler out, meanwhile for Jaedong. Carapace upgrade for the ground forces of his mining 4 bases, and I don't know, but I think he might be trying to focus very soon on going. No, he's not actually going to take the left side on the map. He's going to take the expansion at the 2 o'clock location. Going to try to take even another gas. At 4 gas should be able to do pretty well. Meanwhile, another dropship now out for Firebatter. We're going to see what he manages to do this time. I don't see any Scourge or anti-air here from Jaedong, but he's definitely going to have those 2 Sunkens. Going to prevent any serious. He's going to plant those right behind the mineral lines where the Sunkens weren't going to be able to reach them. Yep, some Medic Marines and instantly drones being flown away. Putting some Marines there. there and going to put some other Marines at the main, just trying to do dual-pronged attack. A lot of forces, meanwhile, on the ground for Jaedong. Has a bunch of Zerglings, I believe they're Cracklings at this stage. A bunch of Lurkers as well. Marines being planted at the main, but they don't do any serious damage before you get completely owned by those Zerglings there. Another expansion being taken, and a Queen out for Jaedong as well, putting down a Parasite, I believe, on that SCV. Definitely want to know when that expansion goes or not. So there are Queens indeed. I don't really know exactly what the Queen build is. I don't know. Is the Jaedong build or whatever? Just, you know, whatever it is, go high tech and have Queens alongside, because I don't know. Oh, the Marine in the 10 o'clock position of Jaedong's finally getting killed. So firebathero trying to do as much as he can. Gonna definitely need that third base mining very soon. Has a sizable force of medic Marines as well as firebats and tanks. Science vessels also definitely think, a radio going off on the Defiler, but a Dark Sword coming off in time to prevent any serious movement. We're going to see whether those Queens comes in play very soon. Now an engagement. Jaedong moving in with Lurkers in a very good position. Zerg is right, as well as the Dark Swarm going off now. The Medic Marines being forced to push back. Those tanks in a very bad position, forced to unsiege just at the side of those Dark Swarm. Very good Dark Swarm now from Jaedong. He's moving in, definitely splitting the forces of firebathero. Actually, the tanks going in one direction, Medic Marines in one direction, another Dark Swarm going off, making those Medic Marines fly off away, and those Science Vessels as well. Just bad position. That Queen just sitting around, chilling, going, I am the Queen, I can do what I want. I don't know why a German Queen, but any Queen, I guess. Did Germans have a Queen? I bet they... I don't know if Germans ever had a Queen. I know Britain had a Queen. I know Spain had a Queen. I think Austria had a Queen. I need to pay more attention during history class. Oh, the dropship! Doesn't manage to drop anything below that Scourge. Took it down. Firebathero not paying very good attention there. I think at this point, Jaedong definitely has an advantage in this game. Firebathero trying to set up pretty good harassments, but just not doing too good a job there. Medic Marines, he does have a very sizable force there. A bunch of those Science Vessels as well, irradiating very well. And a Plague, meanwhile, going off on some of his Marines, so that's going to be pretty bad. But one, what is that? Lurker there dying, possibly damaging some of its little friends. Jaedong again moving in down this bridge, but I think, from both sides! I thought it was walking right into his death, but moving from both sides, trying to flank as well as he can, with a Defiler alongside some Lurkers and... those Zerglings, a bunch of Scourge Meal flying in as well. Definitely going to focus on those Science Vessels, because those Science Vessels are, I think, the only thing that are keeping Jaedong alive. I'm going to see what they manage to stand. No, the Science... Oh, Jaedong wasting 2 Science Vessels there, I think. Or else, if he didn't, then it would be pretty bad for him to, 8 Scourge into 1 Science Vessel. I think he owned 2 Science Vessels there, so that's pretty bad there. Screen still flying around, just chilling. Ultralisk Cameron just now getting ready for Jaedong. Jaedong now at 5 mining bases, I believe. I think firebathero has just now set down his 3rd. I'm not quite sure. I think he might be just actually being forced right into that location, just trying to wait on that bridge. It just has Medic Marines now. Lots of Zerglings and... Oh, man, bunch of Zerglings and Lurkers as well being forced in that position. That Defiler gonna die, but gonna put down a Dark Swarm before it does that. There's a tank there in that location from firebathero as well, so that's gonna definitely help him out. This lower left, meanwhile, still alive from Jaedong. Jaedong just controlling the map, having absolute map control, not letting firebathero move out as he would want to. Of course, Medic Marines have more maneuverability than a mech build, but at the same time, you gotta be very careful. You gotta not let the Zerg control you. Now the Lurker, meanwhile, putting down... getting into the back of the matchel of firebatheros, I'm sorry, trying to do some damage and being raided. Now a Queen out, oh man, and a Snare going off on a whole lot of force on so many Medic Marines as well as a Science Vessel. That's going to get completely caught by all those Lurkers. Oh my god, perfect ensnare. Also on those Science Vessels, they all die. Oh man, I think he might have actually... Did he actually spawn a Broodling? Can't be. Probably Scourge going off on one of those Science Vessels. I don't even know if you can spawn a Broodling on that. More Queens, I think, out in the field. So Jaedong adding now Queens to his forte, now going into full micromanagement APM mode. Meanwhile, putting down sunken colonies near his bases to make sure they're safe. He definitely can't afford to do that at this point. Has 4 gases mining, and I need some freaking water. Oh my god, this is a big match. Now Jaedong again moving into this location. Nothing but 1 bunker here to defend. Some tanks on the upside there, so that's pretty good. The Dark Swarm. Oh, 2 very good Dark Swarm coming up right in time. All those tanks still managing to siege those units, and that's probably going to prevent Jaedong from doing too much damage. Definitely, that's actually not going to go down there. firebathero, despite being at a serious disadvantage, is managing to hold his location pretty well, although the lurkers have now penetrated, are even attacking the tanks and killing all the SCVs, and the commands are being forced to float off. Science vessel not managing to reading that well enough. Meanwhile, Jaedong just trying to sneak in some zergling, trying to get a decent, if not do some damage, just try to get some scouting information. So fans there covering their eyes. Cover your eyes, because you're horrible. No, they're not. Ultralis Tavern. Ultralis, welcome to the Ultralis Tavern, when you can have some Guinness and some green hydrous liquid. Scourge probably caught a science vessel right there, but another engagement here in the middle. This one is one that firebathero should be able to take, but the Dark Swarm just might have been come down right at the right time, and yes, that's going to get taken out. One Scourge, for some reason, flying over that science vessel, for some reason, not killing it. Why? A plague, apparently. Wow, look at that plague. So many Mercuries being caught. There's a defense medic. And the battle cruiser out for firebathero. Firebathero now taking to battle.